Bayless will win it, but taken away by Trace Ham, and the Boomers control in their front court. So Woodward comes up with it, high right, Max Cheap, cross pass left, high left for Trace Ham. Ham looks, bounce pass off the foot of Bayless, or check that, number 20, Bagley. It's going to stay with Woodward. They'll reset and inbound from the near sideline right along the end of the Guymon bench. Ham, the senior, puts it into play to the freshman Max Cheap in the backcourt as they reset. Now high left, cross pass left to right on the high right now. Max Cheap picks it up by Jackson Shirkey. Ham gets it on the right, left wing. That's a three off the rim and board. Put back by Shirkey, can't fall. And it's going to be grabbed and brought back by Lozano. Lozano controlling high right. Guymon's first offensive possession of the game. From the right corner, and a travel will be called on number 24, Grayson Wallace, before he could take that three-pointer. Ball back over to Woodward. Ham puts it into Max Cheap. Cheap goes high left for Trace Ham. Left wing three again by Ham, and that time it's off the rim again. And underneath, saved by Jack McClung on the offensive rebound. Bounce pass right wing. Jackson Shirkey looks, gets it back over to the left wing. It's a three by Ham, and this time he hits. That's what Trace Ham can do to you. It's the reason why he had 25 in the game against Fairview on Saturday afternoon. Woodward up 3-0 early on. Front court, there'll be a cross pass over to Enriquez. Now it's Bagley, right wing, goes back to Rodriguez. Maybe thought about that long three, but takes top of the key. Swings it over to the right wing for Bagley. Bagley trying to move it inside, gets it to Wallace. Wallace along the baseline, right corner, throws it up. Bagley's got it back, and he'll be fouled and have a chance to shoot two. So Woodward's going to pick up the first foul of the game, and Semmel's going to be the one charged with it. So early 3-0 lead for the Boomers as we are a minute 24 into this one. So number 20, Bryce Bagley. One of the four seniors starting here for Guymon tonight makes the first shot. 3-1 game. Cade Young giving Max Cheap some direction here between shots. Cade Young, the assistant coach for the Boomers. Second shot by Bagley upcoming. That's off the back iron, and it will be grabbed and saved by Bagley. Gets his own rebound. High left, and they'll swing it around. Rodriguez now going to move it in for the free throw line was Bayless. Bayless will set a pick. Number 30 comes through, and that was Lozano, and a foul will be called underneath. So Woodward picks up their second, and Semmel's going to pick up a second. So Colton Semmel already in a little foul trouble in the early stages of this one. Blake Alexander getting ready to check in, number 3 for the Boomers. You would expect he's coming in for Semmel. First shot is good by Peyton Bayless. (3-2) game. Bayless with a chance to tie it at 3. Semmel comes out. Alexander in for Woodward. Makes the second one Bayless, and we're tied at 3-all. And we'll give it to Cheap. Comes to the backcourt, no pressure. High right for the Boomers front court. Again, Alexander looking to set the pick for Max Cheap. Gets it over. This is a left wing three again for Trace Ham. 6-3 Woodward. Ham's got all 6. Enriquez will bring it up for Guymon. And we'll see a walk again by number 24, Grayson Wallace on the right corner. Ball back over to the Boomers. So 2 walks already for Wallace. Inbound by Shirkey on a bounce to Max Cheap. Will give it to Trace Ham. Ham will move it up into the front court. High left, cross pass high right for Max Cheap. Cheap. This right now looks like a zone defense here from Guymon. They'll swing it around. Ham, McClung, left corner 3. Off the rim, and it will be grabbed by Wallace of Guymon. Pass left to right. Enriquez will go and move it inside for Bagley. Bagley trying to find his teammate inside, and we'll check that. Okay, for a minute there I thought we saw 2 20s on the floor. He was trying to find Peyton Bayless inside. For some reason a 3 looked like a 0 to me there for a second. Inbound by Bagley. Here's the long 3 that doesn't go. And saved underneath, and the putback by number 23, Peyton Bayless, doesn't fall, so Woodward will bring it back. It's Trace Ham. And Blake Alexander's going to get called for a travel as he caught that one out of the air on the left elbow. So ball back over to Guymon. 6-3 Woodward leading here in the first 2:45 of the first quarter. Enriquez, cross pass, they'll swing it. Lozano. Pat Wallace back for Enriquez. Now Lozano comes in, outside right lane, throws it up, and it won't fall. Underneath, it'll be grabbed by Trace Ham. He'll bring it back quickly. Goes for Blake Alexander, outside left lane, now gets it back out. Now coming in through, high post, shot is good by Jack McClung. Good work by Jack McClung to run it in, 8-3. So he picks up his first point of this game. Enriquez, top of the key for Guymon. And that one taken away from Wallace by McClung. McClung right side of the lane, throws it up, and he'll be fouled and have a chance to shoot two. Good end-to-end action there for McClung. First foul of the game on Guymon. It's going to be charged to number 22, David Enriquez. So 2 shots upcoming for the sophomore McClung. Impressive performances from him in the Wheat Capital. First shot off the back iron, doesn't fall. Now Trace Ham giving his team some direction as McClung gets ready for the second free throw. Second one is good. So McClung on the board with 3 points now. 9-3 lead for Woodward. Backcourt press here by the Boomers as Enriquez tries to move it through. For Lozano, back to Enriquez, gets in front court. Now coming through Bayless, bounce pass underneath Wallace. Wallace trying to move it in the low post. That shot's going to be well wide. And grabbed underneath by Trace Hammond. He'll be fouled. And they are going to nab Wallace for that one. That's his first. That now gives the Guymon Tigers 2 fouls. So 2 fouls on Colton Semmel on the Woodward side. Wallace and Bayless each have a foul for Guymon. Moving into the front court, now back up top. Pressure there from Lozano, and trying to keep it in there was Jackson Shirkey along the near sideline. Got away from him. Trace Ham was there to try to save it. But it will be Bagley to put it into play just on the right end of his bench. Guymon's moving left to right in our direction here on your radio dial, 92.3 FM. Woodward is moving right to left. Offensive end for Guymon, they'll swing it. Right corner for Bagley. Bagley defended well by Cheap. Wallace in the right corner now. Here's a right wing three that's off the front of the rim for Lozano. No good. Saved underneath. Put back. Doesn't fall for Bayless. And it's saved underneath defensively by Ham along the baseline. Ham goes high left for Cheap. Cheap will go to the high right for Ham. Here's a left wing three. That's good for Cheap, the freshman. And he's on the board for the first time tonight. 12-3 in favor of Woodward. Here in the boys' game, 3:18 left to go. First quarter, a bit of a later start. Here tonight, Bagley, head fake, comes in for the left wing, underhands it and in on the layup. Bagley with 3 points, and it's 12-5 in favor of Woodward. Trace Ham in the back court with a little bit of pressure from Bagley, and 2 players to greet them, Lozano and Bayless, but they'll bounce back. Wallace picks a bat at it, trying to take it from Alexander, but Alexander saves it. High left, cross pass to the high right for Cheap. Now moving in right elbow. Alexander now right corner for McClung. McClung will transition back up to the high right with the pass for Cheap. Goes back over left wing. Long three here by Ham. Off the back of the rim and grabbed out of the air by Lozano for Guymon. Coming back will be the Tigers. Trying to strip it away with Shirkey. And in the process, a foul will be called. So Woodward will pick up its 3rd team foul. Shirkey is going to pick up his first. Substitutions, Cade Stevenson and David Garcia are in the game for the first time. Alexander and Shirkey are going to come out. Bagley inbounds for Wallace. Quick three from the right corner. Off the rim, top of the board, and out of bounds on the Guymon Tigers with 2:33 left here in the first quarter. 12-5 lead for Woodward. Boomers looking for a sweep here tonight in Texas County. McClung into Ham, and Ham will control in the backcourt. Bagley providing some kind of pressure. High left front court. Now here comes the press. It's a cross pass left to right from Cheap to Ham. Now Ham bounce pass in the high left for Cheap. Cheap weighs his options. Will transition back up top near that Guymon G. One-on-one with Bagley. Lozano, excuse me. Bounce pass underneath. Trying to find Ham instead. Enriquez will take it back on a takeaway. And it'll be on the left wing. Gets it back top of the key. Wallace a long three. And doesn't fall. And we'll see a foul called on Cade Stevenson. You could call that a freshman mistake, because that's going to give Wallace 3 shots. Stevenson picks up his first. So Coach McDonald doing a little bit of coaching with Stevenson. First shot by Wallace is good. It's 12-6. First point of the game for Wallace. A bit of a rough start for him. 2 travels in this first quarter. Second shot is good. He has another one upcoming. 12-7 as that lead shrinks a little bit here for the Boomers. Wallace, third shot. That one will rim in. 3 for 3, Grayson Wallace. And it's 12-8. As the Woodward lead is now 4. McClung, cross pass left to right for Cheap. Goes right corner for Garcia, who trails back up in the right wing. Finds the trailer on the free throw line. Now inside the lane, and they'll get McClung for a travel. As McClung just couldn't set his feet. Ball back over to Guymon. Enriquez will bring it back on the left side. Goes up top to Lozano. Back over. Enriquez on the left wing. Tries to move it inside. Here's a jumper for 2 from the left corner. Doesn't fall for Wallace. It will be saved. Lozano, right wing 3. That's going to be high off the board and grabbed by Ham. Long lead pass from McClung. Front court. Comes in for the right wing. Tries to go with a crossover, and a foul will be called on the floor against Lozano of Guymon. McClung was aggressive, and he's going to be awarded with 2 shots because of it. Lozano's going to pick up his first personal, and that is now 3 for the Tigers. Ryland Cope is going to get into the game for the first time here. Cope is another freshman who's made an impact for this Boomer team. 1:25 left to go first quarter. Woodward up 12-8. McClung looking to extend the lead. That one's going to be short off the front of the rim. He'll come in for his fellow freshman, Max Cheap. Second shot upcoming from McClung, the sophomore. Second one is good. McClung 1 for 2 on that trip. He's got a total of 4 in this game. 13-8. Lozano controlling up top. Cope defending. Comes right side of the lane and puts it in. And 1 upcoming. Lozano now with the first 2 points of the game for him. And for Garcia, that's going to be his first personal. That's going to put Woodward at 5 team fouls with 71 seconds left to go in quarter number 1. Lozano trying to cap off the 3-point play. He's able to. 13-11, so the Boomer lead has shrunk here a little bit. Right now a 6-1 run by Guymon. Cross pass right to left. Ham for Cope. Now bounce pass left corner, bringing it in along the baseline. That shot's going to be wide for McClung. And an offensive foul will be called underneath on the Boomers. And from the look of it, Garcia is going to pick up his second personal. And you can just tell by the facial expression as he came out of that scrum underneath. So Woodward now with 6, 1 more, and Guymon enters the bonus for the rest of the first half. It will be Enriquez to bring it up for Guymon. Hangs on the high right. Guymon probably going to look to take the final shot here. With no shot clock, they'll take their time. Bagley is hanging up on the high left with him. Woodward right now going with a 3-2 zone. From the looks of it. Under 30 left to go. Pass over to Bagley on the high left. Really the only movement we've seen here in the last 20 seconds or so. Getting down to the final 20, and a triangle being called by head coach Stillhorse. It'll be Bagley. Bagley from the right corner underneath baseline, and that was going to roll around the world and in. We're tied at 13. 3 seconds. Heave by Ham off the high part of the board, and time is going to expire here in the first half. So 13-all is Guymon, who trailed 12-5 at one point, has tied it here to finish off the first quarter. We're back in a minute with the second, and Peyton Bayless with 2. And Guymon will control to begin quarter number 2. Girls were victorious 69-37 over Guymon just a little bit ago. They have 10 wins on the season. 10-1 overall. Lozano will go to Wallace in the right wing. Now moving inside, finds the trailer. Lozano puts it in underneath. Lozano now has 5. And it's a 15-13 lead for the Tigers. Boomers come back, high left. Max Cheap feels the press, able to move it off. Semmel back in the game, working with 2 personal fouls. Throws it up in the inside right of the lane in the low post, and we'll see a foul. Or out of bounds, excuse me, on the Guymon Tigers, and it will be Max Cheap to handle the inbounding duties from the near baseline in our direction. Woodward working the left side offensive end. Quick inbound, put the shot in and in. It goes for Colton Simmel, a chance at a three-point play. That's going to go against Bayless. That's his first, and that's number 4 for the Tigers here in the first half. And for Simmel, he's on the board for the first time this evening. Simmel, the sophomore, I love the routine here. Takes a deep breath, takes 4 bounces, and takes his free throw shot. That one's going to be off the back iron that time. And it will be brought up by Lozano, front court, high right. Tigers, Boomers, all tied at 15 here in the boys game. Lozano goes back over for Enriquez. Enriquez moves in on the left corner outside and moves it back up. Lozano, Enriquez, left wing moving inside for Wallace. Wallace trying to get in there on the block, but we'll see an offensive foul called on Guymon. And that was Wallace just a little too aggressive, and he's going to pick up a second personal. That's now 5 for the Tigers. Here in the first half, 59 seconds into this second quarter, we're tied at 15. Woodward led 12-5 in the first quarter, but it was an 8-1 run by Guymon to finish up that first. Here's a left wing 3 again for Ham. Off the board, and will be grabbed underneath by Wallace. Wallace will bring it back. Wallace, the lengthy Wallace, goes over to Bagley on the right corner, trying to move it inside to Bayless. Bayless back out on the right corner, now on the baseline, trying to keep his toes in. That was Bagley, now underneath Lozano. Turnaround shot, he had to keep his toes in along the baseline. That's not going to hit. Will be taken by McClung underneath on the defensive rebound. McClung, bounce pass high right for Ham. McClung will trail back over to the left wing. Here's Ham, goes back up top. Here's a long 2 that's going to be good for Jackson Shirkey. Shirkey on the board for the first time tonight. And it's 17-15 in favor of Woodward. Almost 2 minutes into the second quarter. Both Woodward and Guymon looking for their 3rd win on the 2017-18 season. Enriquez will trail back up top of the key. Bounce pass finds a trailer moving inside, and it's good for Bayless and 1. A chance at a 3-point play again. We've seen it on both ends. They're going to get Simmel for his 3rd personal. And for Bayless, that puts him at 4 points now. We'll see a substitution as again Alexander's going to check in for Simmel, and Wallace is going to come out. And in the game for the first time will be Edgar Rios. Also, Bagley's going to come out, and it will be number 1, Enrique Alvidrez. 3-point play is finished by Bayless. .2:10 into the second quarter, 18-17, Guymon leading the Boomers. Here's a press, almost taken away as Lozano stepped in front. Now right corner, pass over as Shirkey moved inside from McClung. Now left wing for Cheap, cross pass. Here's I thought Ham was going to take the 3 there, but instead goes top of the key. High left, now cross pass. Ham will swing it around, right corner for Jackson Shirkey. Shirkey goes with a pass, top of the key for Alexander. Now transitioning back on the left wing, moving inside now. Crossover, and that won't fall for McClung, and it will be tipped out of the air by Rios, and it will be brought back by Lozano. Trying to go for the strip was McClung, just a little too aggressive. And that's going to be the first one for McClung. And for the Boomers, that's number 8, so a 1-1 upcoming as Guymon already in the bonus. So front half upcoming for Lozano. Lozano right now sitting with a total of 5 points. The front for Lozano. It's good. That's another shot upcoming. 19-17 in favor of Guymon. 5:17 left to go until halftime. Lozano sets for the back half. It's good. 7 points for Lozano. It's now a 20-17 lead for Guymon. Backcourt, back and forth between Cheap and Ham. Ham on the high right now, front court for the Boomers. Pass back up top near that Guymon G at center court. Now it is Trace Ham with Lozano one-on-one. Picks it up by Alexander. Still holding it up high is Cheap. Cheap goes between the legs, trying to work against Lozano here. And a reach-in foul will be called on Lozano. That's going to be his second personal. And that's going to put Guymon at 6 as a team. One more, and Woodward enters the bonus. Back court reset here by Max Cheap on the inbound from Ham. He'll bring it up front court. 4:46 left to go here in the second quarter. Now right side up top for Cheap. Right elbow for Shirky, and Cheap almost couldn't control, but he's able to on the left wing. Back up top for Ham. Ham trying to drive the lane, throws it up high post. That floater's going to fall short, and Enriquez will pick it up underneath and bring it back quickly. Almost taken away by Jackson Shirky, but Shirky, again, just a little too aggressive, a little frustrated with himself. And that'll be the second one on Shirky here in this game, and that's now the 9th on the Boomers. One more, and the Tigers are in the double bonus the rest of the way, shooting 2. But right now, it will be David Enriquez. And the first shot is good. There was a jersey change. Mark Allridge is the one wearing number 22 here tonight, so there's a switch of the jerseys compared to the rosters. So this is Allridge, who we've been calling Enriquez for most of the night. So thank you to Guymon's radio announcer for pointing that out for us here on the broadcast here on Z92. Shirky comes back 22-17. Here's a long 3 by Ham. It's good. Ham with 9. We'll see a timeout taken by Coach McDonald. And the Woodward Boomers, one of the year, come in number 4 in the 5A rankings in the OSSAA. Arledge. Now here's Enriquez, the right Enriquez, and he's going to put it in. Allridge also with 2 points, 24-20, as we got that all sorted out. Substitutions will be upcoming here for Guymon. Alexander from the free throw line. Now a long 3 from the top of the key is going to be off the mark to the right for Shirky. So here's Mark Allridge. Makes the first. He has 3 points. Up for Woodward. It will be Alexander to come out. Garcia is back in. Allridge trying to put his 4th point on the board. His team up by 5. Second one is good. Substitution. Ismael Herrera will come in for Allridge. And again, we've been going by the roster where it was David Enriquez originally number 22, but he's number 40 here on the floor tonight, and it's Mark Allridge Arledge wearing number 22, not 40. For the left corner, Baclong gets it back out, right elbow for Garcia. They'll move it back outside. It will be Jackson Shirky to control. Shirky goes right wing, back up on the high right for Max Cheap. Now up high, lobs a pass over to the left wing, but stepping out of bounds will be Ham as he received that pass, and it's back over to the Guymon Tigers with a 26-20 lead in tow with 3:08 left to go until halftime. It will be Herrera from the top of the key. Goes from the right corner. That pass moved inside by Sappington. And it's going to be out of bounds on Guymon as Herrera and Enriquez tried to keep it in. Baseline Jackson Shirky on a bounce for Max Cheap. High right goes behind the back, picks up by Garcia. Now on the high left is Cheap. Trailer back up top, Trace Ham. Ham from the top of the key, comes left side of the lane, crossover, and it is good with a little Euro step. And a chance at a 3-point play. 11 points for Ham, and they're going to charge number 40, Enriquez, for that one. And Ham is able to finish off the 3-point play. He's got 12 points in this one. 26-22, Woodward still trailing. Guymon Tigers down by 3. Arledge for Lozano. Back court, going one-on-one with Ham, brings it up front court. Now coming outside right lane, now finding a trailer from the right corner, putting it up and in, will be Ishmael Herrera off the bench. 28-23, first two for Herrera in this game. Guymon now up by 5, 2:15 left to go. And that one's stripped away and brought back by Bagley. She took it away from Ham, and Ham takes it away from him in the back court. But Ham's unable to keep control of it. Ham, front half is good. And that one is good as well. Trace Ham goes 2 for 2 in that sequence. Woodward back within 3, 28-25. Under 2 left to go. Pressure on Arledge as he's able to move the pass to the high left for Bagley. Sappington trying to set the pick instead. Bagley tries to move it in. Goes left wing for Herrera. Herrera moves in now and tries to find Arledge a trailer, but they're going to get Herrera for a travel. With 1:43 left until halftime, Woodward will take it back over with a baseline inbound in their back court. It will be Jackson Shirky to put it into play. Bounce pass for Ham. Ham pass midcourt, one-on-one with Bagley. Stops at the left wing. Trailer McClung comes up, picks up by Garcia, but McClung will back out, go between the legs. Now comes in from the right wing, throws it up, and a foul will be called on Arledge. And for Arledge, that'll be his second personal. Yeah, again, they did a little jersey switcheroo on us with 22 and 40 from the original roster for this team. Well, we got it all figured out. First shot by McClung is good. 9 fouls for Guymon, 10 for Woodward as they already have Guymon in the double bonus. Hoffman is in the game along with Cope as Cheap and Shirky will come out. 28-26, Woodward getting back within, hoping to get back within 1 here. McClung's second shot is good. Woodward only down by 1, but a quick pass. Wallace from Herrera, and Herrera trying to go in for the trailer. Bayless, and Bayless is going to get fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2, and they're going to get McClung for his second personal. Minute 20 left. Peyton Bayless, 4 points in this game. That's off the rim, no good. Cade Stevenson's going to check in for McClung. One more shot upcoming for Bayless. And that one is good. He's 1 for 2. He's got 5 points in this one, and it's a 2-point lead for Guymon as Trace Ham will need somebody to bring it up, and the inbound is Rylan Cope. Him and Stevenson weren't sure who was taking it. Ham will get it back though and bring it up. Go one-on-one with Herrera, leaves it behind for the trailer. Cope, and now the trailer Stevenson gets it back out. Right wing 3 by Ham, off the board, and it will be grabbed underneath. Saved by Ham, gets his own rebound, and he puts it in! And a chance at a 3-point play. Good hustle by Trace Ham to chase down his own rebound, and they're going to get Alex Sappington for his first personal. Trace Ham, good first half from him. A chance to give Woodward a lead, and he does with making the 3-point play. 30-29 with 1:01 left to go until halftime. We were tied at 13 at the end of the first quarter. Woodward at one time early on led 12-5. Guymon went on an 8-1 run. Bagley, head fake, comes in along the baseline from the right corner, and that one's knocked away by the Boomers' Rylan Cope. Now a lead pass here for Garcia. For Woodward, comes in, throws it up, and an offensive foul will be called on Garcia. As it was Lozano taking the contact, and for Garcia, that's going to be his third. And 2 shots, or check that since it happened in the backcourt. No shots upcoming, excuse me. 42 seconds even left to go. 30-29, Woodward holding on to the lead here in the second quarter, but it is Ishmael Herrera. Picks it up here by his teammate Bayless. He'll go over to the left wing for Sappington. Sappington working the baseline underneath, bounce pass, right wing. A little bit of a juke there by Bagley. Tries to move it in on a bounce pass taken by Alexander, and it will be brought back by Trace Ham with 20 left to go here in the second quarter. And the Boomers with the chance to put points up before the end of the half. It is Trace Ham one-on-one with Bagley. 12 seconds left to go, and contact is made. Bagley's going to pick up another foul. That will be his second, and it's going to send Trace Ham to the line with Woodward in the double bonus, and 2 shots will be upcoming. So 11.5 seconds left. Woodward leading 30-29 here in the second quarter. First shot by Ham is good to add on to what has been a great first half for him. 18 points already for Trace Ham. Make it 19. 8 seconds left. Here's Ishmael Herrera. His team down by 3. Herrera, right wing, goes for Bayless. Now here's Lozano outside left. And Lane able to put it in. Lozano able to get his team back within 1 as both teams head to their respective locker rooms. 32-31 has been a good one here in the boys' game between Woodward and Guymon. One of these two teams is going to pick up win number 3. Woodward will have possession as we begin quarter number 3, second half. And it will be Max Cheap to control high right. He'll go left side for Trace Ham. Ham, long cross pass over to the right corner. Now transitioning back on the right wing was McClung. Back to Cheap up top, now right corner for McClung. McClung back high right, quick pass over to Ham. Now they'll move it left corner. Colton Semmel for 3! And we've seen Colton Semmel earlier on this season. He can hit from the corner. That 18-footer gets Woodward up 35-31. And that's 5 points now for McClung. For Semmel. Offensive possession. Pass inside for Bayless from Wallace, and Bayless has to start things off scoring-wise for Guymon. Back to a two-point advantage now, 35-33 for the Boomers. Up top, bounce pass Ham, right wing, Cheap. Cheap transitions, tries to move back. Instead goes right elbow for Shirky. Now with the pass right wing, between the legs inside comes McClung, tries to underhand it in, doesn't fall, and it will land into the hands of Wallace. And he'll give it to Lozano. Lozano left side, front court coming quickly for Guymon. Finds the trailer back up top. Arledge for 3 off the back iron. Grabbed on the defensive rebound by Jackson Shirky. Gives it to Ham. Ham will move it up. Woodward leading by 2 here in the first. Minute 20 of this third quarter. Head fake. Goes with a pass left elbow for Shirky. Right corner 3 this time for Semmel, doesn't fall. Will be grabbed by Wallace on the defensive rebound. Arledge will bring it back for Guymon. Lozano swings it right wing. 3 by Wallace is good. And Guymon back up top 36-35. So back and forth the lead goes. That's 6 points now for Wallace. Here's a pass by Ham. Tries to go to the right corner for Semmel. Instead goes right to left on the high point for Cheap. Top of the key for Ham. Takes a long 3. No foul called. It's going to stay with Woodward. Coach McDonald not happy that a foul wasn't called as contact was made on Trace Ham, but it's going to be a baseline inbound for the freshman Cheap. He'll look to move it in. Goes right corner. Here's a 3 by Trace Ham. Off the rim. Saved by Shirky underneath. Tries the putback. Instead, he'll try to move it out to the left corner. Bounce pass back up for Max Cheap. Cheap on the left wing. Looking for help. Pass over cross to the right for Trace Ham. Back over left side on the wing. That's Cheap. Now right wing for Ham. He'll set and take a 3. That's off the rim. Top of the board. Bounces twice. Taken by Wallace, who's definitely got a height advantage over Cheap. And Lozano will bring it back left side now. High left as Guymon is moving right to left in our direction on your radio dial, 92.3 FM. Woodward moving left to right. Top of the key. That was Bayless. Wallace, high right. Now top of the key. Lozano comes through. Tries a little crossover move, and he puts it in. Lozano with 12 now in this game. 38-35 in favor of the Tigers. Check that 11 in this matchup. No-look pass to the left elbow of Shirky from Cheap. Bounce pass right wing for Ham. Trails back up. Now goes back up to the left for Cheap. They'll swing it around right corner. Now with Semmel working along the baseline and puts it in. Give the assist to Ham. But Semmel now has 7 in this one. And a timeout will be taken by Coach McDonald. And for the Woodward girls, who stand a good chance to get back to the Maybe Center for the state tournament in 5A, it's not a bad idea to see some of those teams from out east. Lozano will control, high left, front court. Picks head momentarily by Bayless. Arledge, Lozano now with the pass over to the right wing for Bagley, back up top for Arledge. Pass left wing. Lozano moves it inside. Wallace gets it back out. Now moving inside from the right side on the baseline. That shot's going to be short on Bagley. Grabbed by Trace Ham. Ham comes back quickly on a fast break. Comes left side of the lane. Throws it up. That's going to be off the rim and taken by Bayless. And it will be controlled by Lozano. Lozano right side. Now high right front court. On that right wing. Bounce by Wallace. Back up top for Arledge. Arledge. He will hold. Looks. Wallace. Wallace gets it back from Arledge. Arledge will set his feet as he gets it back for a three, and he hits. Arledge. He's got 7. 41-37. Guymon leading Woodward. Here's a long three by Cheap. He can't respond off the back iron. Grabbed by Bayless. And he'll give it to Wallace. Now Lozano. Lozano on the left side from midcourt. Brings it up. Left wing finds a trailer from the left corner. That was Bagley up top for Arledge. Now right wing for a three. Wallace can't hit it. Rims off. And saving it from the left corner was Lozano, but taken by Ham for Woodward. Back come the Boomers. Front court. Goes with a pass in the right corner from McClung. Down by 4. Arledge. He will bring it up for the Tigers. Arledge. Pass on the high right for Bagley. Bagley. Goes left wing. Lozano moving it inside. Throwing it up. At the midway point of the lane was Bayless. It doesn't fall. Semmel gets the defensive rebound and leaves it for Cheap, and he'll move to the left corner. Cheap. Cross pass over to Ham. They'll move it over to the left. A couple of tall, lengthy guys here in this Guymon team as Bayless, one of them, puts it into play for Arledge. Arledge, the sophomore. Cross pass. Lozano, now Wallace, as Lozano moves inside, comes back out on the right corner, now finds a pass for Bayless, and he puts it in underneath. Good ball movement there by Guymon. It's 43-37 in favor of the Tigers. That one batted away by Lozano from Cheap. Inbound to Shirky. Ham, cross pass left to right for Cheap on the high right. Cheap will take a long three off the back of the rim. McClung tried to get it, but the taller Wallace comes up with it. Wallace may have tweaked his right knee a little bit, but he seems to be shanking it off. Arledge with the pass right elbow for Bayless. Back for Arledge. Arledge thought about the long three. Instead goes left wing. Lozano. Now it is Bagley. Bagley back for Lozano. Moves it inside the paint. Now back out. That pass from Bayless. Arledge. Three. Let go by Wallace. Doesn't fall underneath. Grab by McClung for Woodward. Boomers come back. And they lose the ball along the way. Lozano takes it away from McClung. And we'll see a timeout taken by the Guymon Tigers. Arledge. Arledge will control. Pass midcourt on the right side. High right now, front. One-on-one with Cheap. Gets through Cheap. Stops short at the right elbow. Moves it back out for Herrera back into the game. As he came in for Lozano. Herrera gets it back. One-on-one here. Goes behind the back with Cheap. Moves it along the left corner. Loses it. Keeps it, though. I don't know how he did that. Now the ball's for Arledge. Arledge will transition down through the lane. Here's a shot let go from the high post. Doesn't go. Put back by Bayless. Doesn't fall. Guymon. That'll be his second. And the second for Guymon with under a minute left to go here in the third quarter. Cheap brings it back front court on the high right. Look, bounce pass right elbow, coming right side of the lane with Shirky. Gets it back out. Left corner all alone for three. McClung is going to be short. Put back by Shirky, though, is good. Jackson Shirky with 4. 43-39. Woodward down by 4. 36 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Right wing. That's Arledge finding problems. Finds a man open. Now moving in inside from the right wing was Herrera. His shot doesn't fall as it hits off the rim and into the hands of Ham. Lead pass for McClung. McClung in the lane. One-hander doesn't fall. McClung gets his own rebound. Gets it back out for Jackson Shirky. 20 seconds left. And the Boomers will slow things down as they look for the final shot of this third quarter. Cross pass right to left on the high left now. It is Max Cheap controlling. 8 seconds left. Looking to drive it in here. One-on-one with Bayless. Comes to the lane. Crossover and good! 43-31. And 1 second left. Herrera will just throw it away. Time expired. Girls were victorious earlier tonight to improve to 10-1 on the year. Woodward boys looking for their third win of the season. Guymon to control. Offensive end high right, pressure on Arledge, able to move it over to Bayless, but a takeaway stepping in front is McClung. McClung comes back one-on-one with Lozano. Lozano rejects him. Brown and Guymon has something really to cheer about right now. Inbound for Cheap, quickly moves Semmel on the right elbow underneath, all alone Max Cheap, and he's got another 2. 7 points for Cheap. 43 all. Underneath, pass for Bagley, and they respond quickly. 45-43. Lead back over to Guymon. Bounce pass Cheap, going in. Cherokee gets it back out left corner, all alone. Semmel for 3. Off the rim and board, doesn't fall. Put back by Ham is good. Trace Ham there to put it away. He's got 21 in this game. Lozano back up top for Arledge. Cross pass on the right wing. Wallace down low. Bagley gets it back out. Wallace all alone for a second at the right wing. Back up top from downtown Arledge. That one's going to be short, but tipped by Max Cheap. It's going to stay with Guymon, but good job by Cheap to get a fingertip on that one. Wallace inbound baseline, lobs it up back at the top. Now in the left wing. Bagley. That pass by Lozano back up for Arledge. Arledge just beyond the free throw line for 2 off the back of the rim and grabbed by Jackson Shirkey on the defensive rebound for Woodward. Shirkey, high right, lobs a pass on the high left for Trace Ham. Cross pass, right wing 3 for Cheap. Oh, just rims out. And it's going to be last touch by Woodward. As they went for that rebound, it goes out of bounds along the Boomer bench. Arledge will put it into play for Guymon. It's all tied at 45 here with 6:20 left. Lozano will pick it up and move it through the backcourt. Past the Guymon G, moves past Cheap, goes left corner with the pass. Here's a 3 by Wallace. It's going to be short off the rim, and we'll see a foul underneath it. Left wing, Wallace, one-on-one with Cheap. Goes inside the paint, turnaround shot. That one's not going to fall for Bayless. Semmel comes up with the defensive rebound. Semmel lead pass. McClung in, offensive end on the right of us here at Guymon High School's gymnasium for this one in the second half. Cheap, bounce pass as he moves inside to Semmel. Semmel, trailer inside. Cherokee taken away by Arledge. Arledge 4. Guymon comes back quickly on the high left. He'll settle down for a second. Goes left corner. Bagley going to work the baseline. Stops short. Gets it back out. All alone. Lozano maybe thought about the 3, but holds off. Now he'll go one-on-one here. Throws it up, and that one's going to be off the back iron as he bumped with Jackson Shirkey, and a foul will be called underneath. Number 2, 5:27 and ticking left to go in this one. We're tied at 45 right now after Guymon took a 43-41 lead into the 4th and final quarter. Outside right lane now, entering the lane, throwing it up, and good! Is Trace Ham. And the Woodward girls players love it. They come out to watch them and support them. 23 for Trace Ham tonight. Arledge, right wing, goes for Wallace. Cross pass over to the left wing for Lozano. Lozano trying to go through a few Boomer defenders, and that's obviously put it into play for the backcourt baseline. Trace Ham will bring it up. 47-45, Boomers in the lead. Trace Ham tonight, 23 points. He'll give it to Max Cheap, who brings it up high left. Now bounce pass from the right elbow, now moving back up. Now outside right lane, moves it underneath. That's Semmel, that one is Colton Semmel, who has one of the best rituals. 4 bounces, before that he takes a deep breath. First free throw is good. Add another point to his total. He has 8 in this one, 48-45. Again, the deep breath by Semmel, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shot let go. He's 1 for 2 on that trip as it goes off the rim. Bayless gets the rebound, and Guymon will bring it up, and it will be Bagley to control on the high right. Bounce pass on the high left. Lost for a minute was Herrera. Bounce pass by Bayless from the left corner inside, and that one's not going to fall for Wallace, and it will be grabbed out of the air by Semmel of Woodward and taken by Ham. Woodward up by 3. It's been a great back and forth between these two squads. Each team looking for their 3rd win of the year. Ham will leave it for Cheap, will transition for the high left. Now coming back up is the trailer McClung. From the top of the key, coming in, spinning, throwing it up, and no good as it fell short for Jack McClung and brought back by Herrera and Guymon. Jack McClung has been really aggressive tonight, driving the lane, and we'll see a foul. Only a sophomore. A lot of young players on this Boomer team that have really excelled. Behind the back, Herrera leaves it for Bagley. Bagley On the high right, looking for help. Finds the trailer Herrera from the top of the key. Picked up by Wallace. Gets it back out, but an offensive foul will be 6. One more. Woodward enters the bonus the rest of the way. 3:40 left to go. Still a 3-point advantage for Woodward. 48-45. Ham leaves it behind for Jackson Cherokee. Pass back out. Right corner 3 by Semmel. Good! Called Semmel from down from the corner. 18-footer once again. And it's 51-45. Left wing, Wallace tries to move it in. Sappington, it's taken away though, underneath by the Boomers, and Trace Ham will bring it up back court. He'll come past midcourt. Leaves it behind again for that trailer. Jackson Cherokee goes between the legs. Looking, comes outside right lane this time, and the crossover works. He puts it in. 6 points for Cherokee. Boomers on a roll right now. They got the last 5. Herrera, left corner. Bayless with a 3. That's short off the rim. Grabbed by Semmel on the baseline. On the left side, gives it to Ham. Ham will move it back up for the Boomers. Here comes Ham moving quickly through the left wing, inside and in! Beautiful play on the runner by Trace Ham. Timeout taken on the floor. Sappington will put it into play for Lozano. Lozano in the backcourt will bring it up. Woodward showing no pressure here. Blake Alexander will be the first man to meet. Cross pass over for Arledge. Arledge, high right, feels the pressure from Alexander. Trailer Herrera comes back up, goes between the legs. Bounce pass high right for Arledge. Arledge picks it up by his teammate Bagley. Comes in the lane, free throw line, looking for some help. Finds a trailer, moving it in. Bagley banks it in. Off the rim, and it's now an 8-point advantage for Woodward. Advancing the pass to Ham was Cheap, throwing it up, and a foul will be called as Ham went down hard there along the baseline. The padding there that says Lady Tigers, but he's all right. Woodward now in the bonus. That's going to go against number 13, Alex Sappington. That's his second. Trace Ham, the senior, to the line for 2. Makes the first. 56-47 in favor of Woodward. Second shot. Off the back iron, just a little too hard for Ham. Taken by Bagley. Bagley, right side, brings it back front court. Bounce pass near that right corner. And coming along the baseline, trying to, is Arledge. Arledge bounce pass, finds the trailer in the lane. Herrera, but that's off of Guymon last. May have hit Lozano on the way out, and back over to Woodward with 1:52 left. Backcourt inbound from the baseline, coming up for Cheap. Inbound to Semmel. Semmel advances it for Ham. Ham comes in, outside right lane, now underneath the low post, loses it, and knocked out by Herrera. It's going to stay with Woodward. Both Coach McDonald and Coach Young active right now on the sideline at the Woodward bench. Inbound. Ham for Cherokee at the right elbow. Back up top for Alexander. Finds the trailer on the right wing. That's Ham. He'll transition back up in the high point. Near that Guymon G at center court. Going one-on-one with Bagley. Loses it. Keeps it away from Sappington and gets it to Cherokee on the right wing. Back up on the high point for Cheap. And that one batted away by Bagley as it was taken away from Ham. And he's able to put it in on the runner. 11 points for Bagley. 56-49, so that 10-point lead is down to just 7 now for Woodward. Still a good lead. A 3-possession game right now for the Boomers with 1:22 left to go. We got a full 60-second timeout taken by Coach Shellhorse and the Guymon Tigers. So we'll take 30 seconds of that one. 56-49, Woodward leading Guymon on Z92. We'll put it into play. Quickly, Cherokee back over to Cheap. Backcourt, here come the Boomers. Pass midcourt, Cheap finds Alexander. Back up for Cheap on the high left. 1:13 left to go. Woodward leading by 7, 56-49. Right wing, Cherokee back up on the high right for Ham, and there's the intentional foul on the reach in by Bagley. Bagley's going to pick up his third, and it's now 18 fouls for the Tigers in the second half. Ham, the senior, steps up to the line. 1-1, front half is off the rim, batted and grabbed by Bagley. Bagley will bring it back for Guymon. Almost loses it. Keeps it on the right wing, double team, able to find Arledge. Arledge will move it to the left wing, now moving inside is Herrera. Bounce pass underneath, and out of bounds on Guymon as Bagley couldn't keep it in on the baseline. Ball goes back over to Woodward. 55.6, so the Boomers catch a break after the missed shot on the front half of the 1-1 by Ham. Inbound for Shirky, back over to Cheap, much like we saw in the last sequence. Back court. And there's the reach-in foul by Bagley. The intentional foul that will put Guymon at 9 team fouls. And Cheap's going to get a little bit of help from Alexander over to the free throw line as he took a spill. That's going to go against Arledge, and his night is over. So Arledge will finish the night with a total of 7 points. Checking in for the first time in this game will be Mason Hawkins for Arledge. Arledge's number 22 counterpart, Max Cheap for Woodward, will step up to the line. A 1-1 upcoming. 49.5 left to go. Woodward holding on to a 7-point lead right now. Front half for Cheap. It's off the rim again. And who's going to come up with it? It will be a foul called. And it's going to go against Blake Alexander. Alexander picks up his first. For Woodward, that's going to be only the third in the second half. 44 seconds left. Guymon ball. Herrera quickly left corner for Bagley. Bagley trying to find his teammate coming in Sappington, but it's sent Lozano up on the top of the key. Crossover, and that's going to be wide as the shot underneath. Grabbed by Semmel, and we'll see a foul called on Guymon. And Bagley thinks it's him, and it is. Helps the official out a little bit. Bagley, that's his fourth. We'll see 2 substitutions. Wallace, Bayless back in the game. Herrera's going to come out, and so will Sappington. And the Boomers are in the double bonus. 2 shots upcoming for Colton Semmel. Deep breath, 4 bounces. Off the back iron, doesn't hit. Still a 7-point advantage for Woodward. Led by 10 here in the latter part of the fourth quarter. Second shot. That one's good. And a timeout will be taken by Coach McDonald. It will be a full 60 seconds to talk things over with 33.5 seconds left to go in this game. We'll take 30 of it. 57-49. Woodward leading Guymon here in the boys game on Z92. After the game, we'll give you the final numbers for both teams and give you a quick rundown of how the girls game went and get you ready for Friday night when the Boomers take on Anadarko. The inbound, it will be controlled by Hawkins, and the reach-in foul by Trace Ham. So that intentional foul will put the Boomers at 4 as a team. .28 seconds left to go. Lozano, front court, and another foul by Ham. So 2 in a row for Ham. That's his second. That's now 5 for the Boomers as clock stops with 25.6. Sideline inbound from the far side. Wallace heaves up a 3 that's going to be well short, and wise for the Boomers not to touch it. Max Cheap was there. So Woodward with possession with 20.5 seconds left on the game clock. Leading by 8, 57-49. Cheap gets it into Semmel, and there is the foul by Bayless to put Semmel at the line for 2. So Bayless right now sitting with 2 personals. Semmel with the chance to add a little more insurance to this Boomer lead with 19.3 left. A little bit of a delay here as both of the officials are talking things over. Now all 3 officials are meeting. And they're reconfirming who got that foul. It's going to go against Bagley instead. It's going to be Bagley's 4th. Or Bagley now with 4. Now that's 5, according to my sheet. If it's against Bagley, then his night should be done. They're trying to figure out who exactly got called for that foul. And originally they said Bayless, and it is Bayless. Then they were going to give that to Bagley. Bagley would have been done for the night. So they got it fixed now. Still 4 for Bagley. And that's the first one to be charged to Bayless. First shot by Semmel is good. Second shot upcoming. Again, 19.3 left. Woodward up by 9. Semmel's second attempt. That's good as well. Semmel adds insurance. 49-49. 10-point lead for the Boomers. Here's a long 3 by Wallace off the front of the rim short. Grabbed by Alexander underneath. Gets it to Trace Ham. 10 seconds left to go. And there's the reach in. And the intentional foul by Lozano. Or maybe they're going to get they'll get number 3 here instead, Mason Hawkins for his first. Thought for a second it looked like Lozano got more of the jersey than Hawkins, but it's going to be Trace Ham to again shoot 2 more. Coach McDonald's going to put some of the younger guys in here. We'll see. Case Wills, Key, Farley, Love. All getting a chance here to play in the final 9.1, and the Boomer fans can sense the victory coming. Ham, second shot is good. Goes 1 for 2 on that trip, 60-49. Final 6, as it will be Wallace to take a long 3. It's going to be short off the rim again. Put back by Lozano was good to make it a 60-51 game, but the Boomers are going to get the victory. Third win of the year for Woodward. They improved to 3-8 on the season. Guymon's going to fall to 2-9 on the 2017-18 campaign. So again, a 9-point win for Woodward in this one, and everybody goes back to Woodward happy here tonight. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the final numbers for you for both sides, give you a quick rundown of how the girls' game went, and then we will say goodnight here from Guymon to you. But again, 60-51, the Woodward boys are victorious for their 3rd win of the season.